Is Mayhem in a single valley worth getting? Let's talk about that after we read the description of the game. In this fast-paced, puzzle-loaded action-adventure, you'll juggle housework, zombie hordes, family dinners, and radioactive squirrels. Oh, and you'll have to prevent the end of the world while keeping everyone from finding out it was all your fault. In Mayhem in a Single Valley, you will solve puzzles, lots and lots of puzzles. There's so many of them. So a zombie apocalypse starts, and humans and animals can all get infected. You can cure the animals or the humans from the virus from hooch. So basically, you're covering foods in moonshine, and you give it to something that's infected, and when they eat it, they get cured. You have to collect a bunch of different foods for different animals, and you can toss the food without hooch on it to distract or lure away the infected animals. You can also cover firecrackers or bombs in hooch to cure lots of infected at one time. If you get hit by anything, you die and you respawn at the last checkpoint, but a warning, some parts of the game have some seriously bad checkpoints, so you might want to save the game yourself instead of relying on the checkpoints all the time, because during certain sections of the game you're just going to want to use your own saves instead of the checkpoint system. This game also does not lead you or tell you exactly where to go, and there is no map, so you'll have to figure out sometimes where you're supposed to go. I got lost a couple times, and I spent like 10 maybe 15 minutes figuring out where I had to go, which sometimes it's really obvious where you have to go, but you just don't see it at first. Also, I just want to mention how much I hate and dislike the last level of this game, mostly because for some reason the last level seemed so difficult. It took me like 1 hour and retry after retry. I think I retried it like 20-30 times to beat that level. It was crazy, and I think the biggest part of why that level is difficult is because when this thing gets fired at you, I don't really want to spoil anything, but something gets fired at you and there's not really an indicator where it's going to land, and so you kind of have to move around. But because of the perspective of the game, 3D mixed with 2D, it's kind of hard to determine where that shot is going to land, so you have to try not to get hit, and it just I kept trying to dodge it, but I just kept getting hit by it. But eventually I beat it, and my goodness, was that a relief. The graphics in Mayhem in a Single Valley is good in my opinion. The game is 3D with 2D characters and items, so it's like a mix of 2D and 3D pixel art, so it gives this game a unique art style and look. Overall, this game looks very good and I like it, and I want to see more games that makes 2D and 3D pixel art to create like a 3D game but with 2D characters. I don't know, it's just something about this game in my opinion looks really cool. Without any spoilers, because I tried not to do any spoilers whatsoever in any reviews, you play as Jack, and some dark entity starts the apocalypse. Jack gets blamed for it, so you have to save people, make your way across town, and figure out how to stop the apocalypse. There's also plenty of fourth wall breaks in the story. The story is interesting, but maybe not something that will stick with you, and you'll remember it years from now. I would recommend Mayhem in a Single Valley because the gameplay plus the story creates a fun but sometimes frustrating experience. The graphics are also very nice to look at, and I like the lighting, so I would recommend this game. Even though the gameplay might get a little repetitive and this game might frustrate you sometimes. Anyways, that's all I got to say for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below, tell me what you guys think about this game and this video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time.